Ojú Ọlápé baby. Mo rí ẹ o. Na so una miss me. 700 people. Someone says nice Cartier. Thank you. My livelihood done it. Big shout out to him. Oh, thank you. As in, let me tell you what happened here. Somebody said longest time. Kilo leto yi. Anyway, guys, my younger sister got married on Saturday in Ekiti State. Sorry, in Akure. And we went there. We had so much family fun. And you will not believe it. The reception was held at Auntie Funke FFA's resort. It was a very beautiful resort, a very lovely resort. If you ever go to Akure and you're looking for where to stay, just stay at FFA resort. It was really nice. We had so much fun. Especially, it was very safe because I was worried about safety. My mother came with like 50 police everywhere. But nonetheless, it was very safe and we had fun. And I'm going to give a shout out to, when these pastors, they do what I don't appreciate, I always fight them. But let us also appreciate them when they do right. Auntie Funke is the kind of woman that if you marry her and you trust her with your resources, she will not let you down. There are some women where if you give them money, it go end for Gucci, Fendi, Ferragamo, that way it go end. This woman built a resource. Some people say it's tight money, okay. The ones that they carry the tight money and give, and it is Hermes bag, they use all to come and buy. You understand? So that was just a bit of it. Big shout out to Auntie Funke, FFA. Wonderful reels. Initially, I was afraid. I said, you want to carry me to Auntie Funke's reel? If Auntie Funke catch me, waiting they go do me no go good oh. But anyway, that by the way. Captain Mo, how are you doing? Abiere, Remy, Ada Blessing, Simply Vic, Samaria, who stood up for me and went to fight one girl that I don't even know what her problem was. Ogogo Jacinta, all of you that looked out for me while I was away, thank you all so much. Ada Blessing called me one day and said, we have not done prayer meeting. I'm like, I'm in the middle of the bush. How do I do prayer meeting in the bush? If we don't do prayer meeting this week, I usually don't take a break. We run the church. I just realized that there's not one weekend, one Sunday in the year 2023 that I did not preach. There was once I preached on the plane. I had to buy $20 data just so I can have internet to preach on the plane. That was even last year. But for the whole of this year, now when I buy my tickets, I make sure I don't arrive on a Sunday and I don't leave on a Sunday. When I was going to the UK for even the Free Nation Convention and of course Pastor Toby's 43rd, 11/11, I made sure I left on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and I made sure I left the UK on a Tuesday. Sunday was our service, Monday rest. I always give myself one day after the service or one day before the service, because you'll be amazed that London for me is never a holiday. This person wants to see me, this person wants to see me, this person wants to see me, this person wants to see me. And because PT has not seen me for one whole year, he wants me to go out with him every night for 1 week. And you also don't want to miss PT's trips, because PT's trips can be so... PT will take you to go and eat one oyster that they just brought from the Atlantic Ocean 5 minutes ago. If it is 6 minutes, the oyster is not good again. So those exotic, we went one place like this. The place was glass. The floor, the light was coming from the floor. There was no light on top. All the light in the whole restaurant was coming from under the floor. Hey. So you don't want to miss it. But then it's assignment, because You have to get ready, go, come back home, sleep. Then the next day, PT is calling her, let's go and fight boxing. I say, you look me from head to toe, me. I mean, now boxing remain for my life. I dodged the boxing door. After a while, I say, let's go and play tennis. I shall follow him to go and eat the breakfast after the tennis. I no go the tennis go, I run. But the breakfast after the tennis, then I tagged him for that. That was the video on my page where you saw us coming and he was jogging. And then we drove, of course. If it's the Ferrari, I'm driving. There's no, unless where we are going is too stressful or I want to have a conversation. There's nowhere we see Ferrari and not drive. So PT will just go passenger side by himself. Go even bother because he knows I go on drive. So London for me was very stressful. Even though it was enjoyment. There's two types of stress. There's stress where they beat you, they frustrate you, and there's stress where you are partying, you are having fun, you are going for events, you are eating well, you are with friends, but you are not getting enough sleep and you are not getting enough rest time. And that's what also happened this weekend. It was my sister's wedding. Sadly, or to the glory of God, let me not say sad because there was nothing sad, I cannot choose her days for her. So, and going to Akure, now one or two aeroplane the whole day. If you miss them, you don't lock with that. And air tickets were so expensive. 107,000 naira per ticket. I went with 4 people. Me, Taste Buds, Baby Freeze, and Amarachi. 428,000 naira going. When I came back with 6 people. Yella, Babes, and the other 4 of us. Coming, 636,000 naira tickets. Just the tickets, almost 1.1 million. Just the tickets. To the glory of God, my sister, who's doing very well, took care of the hotels. Everything was taken care of. So I didn't, the transportation, the police, the escort, everything was taken care of. So all I had to do was buy tickets. So at least it was fine. Local flight too. So as they see me like this, as I come yesterday, one guy just me, Daddy Freeze, and I'm broke. I don't look at him and say, don't just come near me. Don't come near me because I will give you conk. Why didn't you do road trip? I am a very flashy figure. It's too risky. I thought about it. Secondly, the only car that I have that is good is also a very flashy car. Is my 2022 GLE 53 AMG. No car like that did that whole side. You could just attract attention. So am I going to go and buy a new car? Or am I going to go and rent? You don't really want to put this car. It looks normal in Lagos because it full everywhere. You carry this car, go Ibadan. Now only one go did that Ibadan. I'm not even talking about the sports car. I'm talking about the GLE 53. It can't be Ekiti. And I'm okay. I think I saw normal ML. I don't even see GLE 2016. I don't even see. They look the motor like this. Say they never seen them before. So and then is Daddy Freeze. Then the number plate is no. I didn't think of it. My neighbor did a road trip to this where me and my neighbor were in the same Ondo state for weddings with the same people. We came together, left, we were controlling each other. You don't reach, he went by with his car. He just bought a 2023 Highlander. So he also wanted to test this car. But Highlander, that's the Highlander. You go just the enjoy. It will look strange, out of place. This kind of latest car, brand new. But you can't compare it to Benz that will go, they attract attention. So I just went JJ. My mom picked us up from the airport. And dropped us back at the airport. It was a very lovely. So the reason why I didn't come live at all was as soon as we got there, it was engagement. After the engagement, I had to see my dad. I've not seen my dad in a while. And I just realized that my dad is getting older, getting older. So I have to find a way of spending more time with him, even if it's on the phone. So that day I saw him one on one. I wanted to hear him out, make we even talk, you know. Then my mom, I also had to spend some small time with my mom. I hardly get to see my mom. My mom is always busy, always from one country to the other, one meeting to the other. If I call my mother now, somebody say, Baba, GLE 2023. No be AMG. You see, GLE different from GLE. We they talk AMG. Show me the picture. AMG 53. If it dey Akure, they hide down for inside one garage. And any day one move, like police go follow around. You understand what I'm saying? No, they argue this kind of thing. If it dey Akure, I no see am. You know, they like. You see, when I say something day, if I drive out now in Lekki, you will see two. You will see two. You will see G-Wagon, latest G-Wagon. You will see. It's everywhere. So that's why I didn't do road trip. Road trip for me is not safe. What are you trying to save? You are trying to save some money. Then if they can't kidnap you, make they go bring 100 million. You understand? And if they don't bring the 100 million on time, they go beat you tire. So at the end of the day, what did you really save? So yeah, God bless you. GLE in a normal formatic. AMG is different than AMG Coupe. I'm not even talking about. I did not even see the 2016 Coupe, the GLE Coupe, let alone the 2022, the newest one. So I use my tongue, count my teeth. You understand me? So that's why I didn't do road trip, because what am I saving at the end of the day? In the UK, I do road trips. My sister stays in Milton Keynes. Baba, let me tell you, Lagos Ibadan is 100 kilometers. We went to a club. We left our house 12 midnight, drove to the club, VBO, which was from where we were staying in Chelsea, was about 100 miles. Lagos Ibadan, literally, at night. And we left there at 3 a.m. and started driving back. It's UK. It's safe. Nigeria road trip, you go to drive, you go see one pot while they speed. You go hit and back everywhere. Story don't change. UK safe. You understand? Nowhere in this world is 100% safe, but you cannot compare UK to Nigeria. So anyway, I wanted to come with a bit of a message today, because I'm going to be addressing quite a few things. The lady who insulted me, a lot of people were saying, come and fight her, come and press charges. First of all, I will not reply a woman. So women full free nation, we go reply her. You understand? But also, I don't have hard feelings for her, because we are part of the people that created this toxicity in the online world. The only difference, some people say that if you abuse people, I will never abuse you unless you abuse me first. I will not insult you unless you go at me first. Ask anybody to come my life. Now you got to look for my trouble first. If I disagree with you like I disagreed with Selman, I did not insult him. Selman is younger than me. Yeah, where I used to take senior Selman, go reach like 5 or 6 years where I take senior Ram. So am I going to be calling him daddy? Am I going to be, he's a younger brother to me, no meet me for secondary school. So the fact that I say, hey bro, talk, I'm not rude to him. My second youngest sister, senior Ram, how old is he? 41. If I'm correct, I'm 47 this year. I use 6 years senior Ram. If you use 6 years senior that person, it means say, if I DSS 3, Ingo they enter GSS 1. Now bros he go call me, because we be the highest senior. Think and calculate time. So if I talk to him, and I still talk to him respect, I just know go they agree waiting they talk. I don't have anything against him. I like his motivation, but you see, I have a problem with the way religion manipulates and extorts the people, and I'm always going to stand up against that. I've never called him I've never called him a bad name or say, oh, he doesn't have sense. I can address him. Of course, the way I will address Pastor Adeboye is totally different. Does not mean I will agree with Pastor Adeboye, but Pastor Adeboye is my dad's age or older than my dad. I disagree with my dad a lot, and that's the same way I disagree with Pastor Adeboye. I said, Daddy Gio, Ekason, this thing where you talk, I no agree. And I don't go agree because you old past me, because I have taken my time out to study scripture. I've taken my time out to go down the road of Christianity. I've taken the time out to find myself approved. So don't you at any stage think that because I called him out, you see these people as gods. I don't see them as gods. I see them as my equal. And I say this all the time. If Selman thinks that I don't know what I am doing, he should come for a debate. First of all, I senior him for age. Oh, apostle. I don't have value for any titles. If what you are saying is not making sense, I'm going to call you out. And you see, religion is the greatest Yahoo. Do you know why? Every day I get inboxes in my email. Every single day. Daddy Freeze, this handsome, maybe somebody scam me. Oh, this person, scam me. This person scam me. Daddy Freeze, help me call him out. Oh, Daddy Freeze, I want to come on your platform and talk about it. Oh, this person has scammed me. Oh, this person. Do you know the difference between religion and that? Religion is the only situation where the perpetrators are protected by the people they scammed. That is the only difference. And I am here to break that jinx because Christ stood up in Matthew 24 to the Pharisees and Sadducees and scribes who were in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, and call them out for their hypocrisy, call them out for their lies. Go and read Matthew chapter 23 from the beginning to the end. So I cannot, because you are suffering from Stockholm syndrome, come and be petting you. You need to get that. You need to get that and get it right. One comedian was there. Make that they hear. He came to tackle me. How do I respond to these people? And you see, the funny thing is, I'm sorry guys, if you are watching on Facebook, just know that you are one of the social media networks where the most obtuse people coagulate. There are some messages I don't bring to Facebook because the intellectual capacity of the average Facebook user is abysmally low. There is paucity of logical thinking, analytic thinking on Facebook. Do you know there are some messages I put on Instagram? I'll put them on YouTube. I'll never bring them to Facebook. If I preach it live, once I'm done, I delete it because their IQ no reach. The average person on Facebook is, I'm sorry to say this, I have nothing against the hairdressers or bricklayers. You understand? I know people are intelligent and are bricklayers. But you see, because you surround, your problem is you're a bricklayer and you surround yourself with other bricklayers and you think like a bricklayer. And that's now why she deletes that app. I cannot delete that app because I also have a message for them. But I have to tone the message, especially for Facebook people. When I take a message to Facebook, I break it down like I'm breaking it down for a 5-year-old. Even then, they still will not get it, but I know I've tried. No. You guys have no idea. Facebook people. One slow lorries, slow tinner. No be, Baba, now one vex, make una vex. The reason why you follow me is because I tell you the truth. Instagram people go still, of course, there's also a healthy population of dingbats on Instagram. Instagram does not have a paucity of foolishness. No, there's there. But you see, when it comes to the most intellectual people, you find them on TikTok and YouTube. Because person where they come YouTube, ego still they think there's a certain level of intelligence you will need to have to be able to operate in YouTube. So YouTube has the highest concentration of intelligent people, followed not by Instagram, by TikTok. Because I did not call my TikTok. I block people on TikTok. Maybe since I started TikTok, I blocked maybe 100 people. Instagram, I block 100 a day. So the reason why it looks like Instagram has, I don't even go Twitter. Twitter is not like they're not intelligent, but they're so rowdy, and they think that by being savage, they get their audience. So I don't go there. I talk a lot. Show me where they talk 2 hours straight. Now I want to go type something inside the SMS character, 150 characters. I no fit. So I have 350,000 followers on Twitter. I don't go there. I go there once or twice a month. Literally, and I'm not making this up. You can go and check the last time I tweeted. But you see, when it comes to Facebook, I block a lot of them. But no matter how many people you block on Facebook, one thing you need to understand is Facebook people will always be Facebook people. It's their, if you block on Instagram, you manage the kind of minds that you have. Because my message is not a message for just anyone. Not everyone can understand or appreciate my message. It's like I'm coming to compare watches with houses. If you've never owned a luxury watch before, if you've never been on the list to purchase a watch before, you can never understand. Someone say you can go live on Twitter as well. I'm not interested. The kind of people that are there, maybe I try once. If I see that I can work with their brain, So leave the girl. The girl just, my only problem with the girl is she came to tackle me and was rude, and I was never rude to her. So people they will go rude to them on my behalf. You understand? And they're many. So make she just they reply, me that they reply and they go. She go, they okay. She go understand and appreciate what it means not to cross certain borders. But me, I don't feel respond to her. I just wish her well. I understand her point, but when if I insulted her first and she insulted me back, then it's not a problem. Now we insult ourselves, not to fighting. But as long as I know insult you and my message made sense, I was talking to my friend. Look at my sister now, my younger sister. Her wedding was Saturday. She's in my house now. She's going to Kenya. She has a meeting in Kenya. From there, I think she's going to Tanzania. Then she's coming back on Saturday. She never do honeymoon. She's hopping from one meeting to the other with the United Nations, all those kind of things. Her husband is a professor. She is a doctor. Do you think my sister is not taking anything to the house? You think my sister is just strolling into the house? I'm sitting down tying wrapper. Professor Phil. Lower bell. Professor Phil, we don't have money for stew. Do you think my sister will ask her husband for money for stew? Do you think so? In the last 3 months, my sister has traveled for conferences like 5 times. Sometimes she will pass and stay over at our house for a day. Sometimes she just tell us she's in Lagos at the hotel near the airport because she doesn't have time, she's crossing. So my message is, be like my sister's husband who goes to marry a woman of value. My sister is almost a professor, by the way. I'm sure within the next 2 years she'll become a professor. So the husband is a professor, the wife is a professor. The two of them, they do the same thing. And they are both economics. Husband is professor of economics. My sister is doctor of economics. So now let me ask you. You think you will marry my sister and put her in the house and she'll be washing and cleaning? It's like a doctor, a nurse marrying a nurse, or a lawyer marrying a lawyer. Like Fal's parents. Fal's father is a lawyer. Fal's mother is a lawyer. In fact, Fal's mother now is a son. It is people like Fal's mother that I want to come and be talking. Not you wey never do anything for your life. Your own na to fix eyelashes. Your own na to fix eyelashes. Your own na to go and gum Oyinbo people hair to your head. That is your own. I can't have a conversation with you. The people I'm talking to are people like Fal's father. Wey open an eye, go marry San. That's who the message is for. Like Professor Phil, my sister's husband, wey go marry Doctor of Economics. No, I'm not. My message is not for hookup ladies. Oh, see the girl wey answer am on my behalf. Samaria Bob. Samaria Bob is a registered nurse doing very well in the US. Doing very well. So a man like Fal's father will look up around and go and marry auxiliary nurse. He married a son. Son. Of course, because he's the man, and even though the woman is there and earning very well and doing very well, she also has to take care of the home, so he'll probably be providing more of the funds, but you think you'll be giving her feeding money? A senior do you know what it is to be a senior advocate of Nigeria? Do you know what it is to be a professor? Do you know what it is to have a PhD? Let me tell you, I don't know what you all are talking about. As I did like this, if I go see my mama they dash me money. As I old like this, if my mother comes to me, the other day I was driving my mother in my Benz. So some people came to beg money, and I said, do you have 1K? My mother just brought 50K. I said, hey, take. It looks like you don't have money. I said, I have money, but I just don't have cash. I need 1K to dash these people. And I say, hey, just hold the rest. My mother, you want to feed my mother? I pray that my mother works till she buys, because nobody can afford to take care of her. My mother that does not know how to fly economy class. My mama knows how to fly. My mother, the other day, missed her flight because the flight was delayed. Now called me from the airport, making a lot of noise. She was upset. So I now called them and said, what happened? They said that there is that my mom needed a visa for South Africa, and she didn't have a visa. And South Africa does not give visa because of whatever. So I'm like, but she has bought her ticket. So what does she do? They now say they will reroute the ticket through another place that will be longer. But then, because my mom is flying business class, when she gets there, they will upgrade her to first class so she can use the first class lounge for the layover. That's the kind of... So when I talk of women, I don't just talk of women on the street. I don't just talk of those girls that gum eyelashes to their eye and go and do their nails, and their nails be doing like this, like chicken that wants to dig inside sand looking for earthworm. No. My message is not for you. My message is for women like my mother. Oh, you don't understand? There are women like my mother. My mother is a vice chancellor of a university. The entire university rests on her neck. As in, my mama go do her nails for that FFA. They had a manicure place. All of a sudden, I just see police. They move everywhere. I say, even the police, we sit down with, none of them quickly stand up. I say, what's happening? They say VC, they cross from where she go do her nails to her hotel room. Now, so all the police begin to move. They begin to clear road. I say, this is a family event. You know what it is to be a vice chancellor? If you go university for Nigeria, you go understand what it is to be a vice chancellor. Now imagine a vice chancellor of a private university that has money. Just think about it. As in police go, if mama stand up, mama ain't going to tell them, say, calm down, everybody go be, because now VC, nothing supposed to do them. VC is like a governor of a university. I go UI for 6 years, I don't see my VC. I don't know who in be VC. You go don't see VC's lodge somewhere. Then you go don't see VC's office somewhere. You go don't see brand new cars where they park there. You know, waiting you and VC they talk. Waiting you and VC. So my mother listens to my message. I remember one time, make it not be like say they talk too much. Which university? Afe Babalola University, Abuad, number 1 in Nigeria according to the current ratings, home and abroad. Number 1. Number 1, not just private and other Nigerian universities. So when I'm talking about women bringing you think my mother does not bring a quota? No, let me ask you. You think in my family my mother does not bring it? There's nothing you want to do in my family that if my mother is not the chief donor, she's going to be one of the chief donors, or she's going to be a substantial donor. Even in my father's family, everybody respects my mother. Everybody. Look at the kind of wife where I go marry. Does business, manages the home. I've never given taste buds money for food. The only thing I give her money for is I want to eat snail, I want to eat bushmeat, I want to eat those things that I want to eat. But if I wanted to live in this house and eat every day, eating normal food that children eat, I will never give her 1 naira. She has it all sorted. Buys the children's clothes. Me, I just take care of house bills and university and school fees. Even allowance. We dey share the okay, this one, I mean, I dey pay school fees for all, but that weekly allowance, she dey do one for one of the kids. So I will now look up and down. It is you with eyelashes I want to come and marry. Then the lady said something, said, Daddy Freeze failed career. See, you that your career is working, this watch is more expensive than your house. Then let me now carry you and give you a tour of my garage. Let me carry you and show you how we live. Please, if you live with me for 1 week of your life, you want to have a failed career, if this is what you call a failed career. Those that succeeded, please, where are they? How many broadcasters in Nigeria today are able to do what I can do? Forget motor, forget money, influence-wise. Because your career is not just money. Let's go. Your career is not just money. I'm ready. Your career is not just money, it's influence. I had a quarrel with one of my sisters the other day, my online sisters, and I said something about her, and she didn't like it, and she called me and said, Daddy Freeze, don't say things about us publicly. I said, do you know that I watched your video on divorce, and because of that, I went to divorce? So I thought about it. I'm like, oh, I've got to be very careful what I say, because there are people who actually take me so seriously. So a lot of people tend to make up their minds because they see me sitting with a curtain in the background and then just gisting and playing and having fun. Inside here, it costs 1.5 million naira to get 1 hour with me. Ask anybody, and when you come say that, is there any fair price? I say, no, there's no discount. I don't give discounts. So if this is a failed career, I love the way my career has failed. Thank you very much. I love the way my career has failed. In fact, I don't want it to succeed. I want it to continue failing like this. And what brought us here today is because I'm also addressing one comedian on Facebook that said, that was comparing, they did a whole video. I'm sorry, brother, I can't do a whole video on you. He said, hey, I don't have sense. Okay, hear me out. It started with Selman. Selman came and gave an excuse of how he tried to do a miracle and the miracle didn't work. And then the guy was like, Selman was like, it was growth. And I disagreed with him. I was like, no, brother, you can't say that is growth. If a pilot crashes a plane, would he say it's growth? I have friends that because they had a bad landing, they've not flown for 2 years. Captain Mo, one bad landing, you've flown, you are a captain, you've flown for 10 years. One day you have a tail strike or a wing strike and nothing happens, no casualties. Just you think that guy that flew there, that landed that aeroplane and overran the wrong way, you think he's going to come to work the next day? Do you think he's going to go to work the next day? And they'll just say, hey, yeah, sorry about yesterday. No. I know people that lost the rank of captain. They were moved back to right seat. He's here. Captain Mo is one of the most senior captains in this country. So he's complaining. You are comparing. So he said a builder builds a house. The house falls down. Is he no longer a builder? Let me tell you, he'll be in jail. The only reason why he'll be walking is because it's Nigeria. In North Korea, they go buy him. You build house for North Korea, the house fall, they go buy you. Nobody say you go even be bricklayer. That bricklayer when you want go the brick. Now heaven you go the brick him. He went on to say, hey, a doctor does a cesarean section. Both mama and pikin kpai. Is he no longer a doctor? Why? As in, and you see, when I say people where they Facebook no get sense, it's not him talking. It's those applauding him. Oh, Lord. Oh, you are so wise. Before you become a doctor, to the point where you can take a birth of a child successfully, and you get to the one where you go fail, not many you don't do a succeed. Do you know how many? A pilot lands a plane badly is 1 in 100,000. Not 1 in 10, not 1 in 100. 1 in 100,000. Because 100,000 flights take off every day. Yesterday, 100,000 flights took off and they all landed. None crashed. 100,000. So when you have one failure, the failure is 0.001% compared to the success. When a doctor loses the life of his patient, it's 0.1 or 1%. Let me tell you, statistically, women with breast cancer have a 99% chance of surviving the first 5 years if treated well. Meaning, if you take 100 women that have stage 1 breast cancer and you treat them well, 99 of them will be alive in 5 years. How can you compare that to pastor? Because the pastor failed, is he no longer a pastor? Show me success. One success is all I want to see. One person they've raised out of the 20. I put it in the video. How did you miss it, brother? 20 people have died in the last 1 year. Raise one. Don't compare yourself to pilot where they fly 100,000 flights a day and none they crash. Then one go crash twice a year or once a year. That is like there are 52 weeks in a year. 365 days a year. In 365 days, multiply by 100,000. 365 times 100,000. You have 36.5 million flights a year, and one crashes out of 36.5 million. Do the mathematics. Do the mathematics. Out of 36.5 million flights in a year, 1 or 2 will crash. You are comparing that to pastor where gets 0/100 in success rate. Not 1/100. 0. In the last 5 years. Mention one person we all know where they resurrect. 1/100. All I need is one. God bless you. The Boeing 737 Max. 2 crashed. They grounded the whole plane globally because 2 crashed. 36,000 flights take off every year. 1 or 2 crash. And you are comparing that to pastor where they fail steady. Ibu Day Hospital made a healing leg. No need to be. Una not get power to raise person we don't buy. The one way in leg cut, heal arm. Mark chapter 3, Christ restored the hand of somebody weighing hand with her. Healing leg. 737 Max. And this guy is comparing pastors who failed totally in everything. They cannot even foster love in the country. One woman came and said she prayed to God, and one bishop prayed for her and she won the election. The same bishop prayed for Peter Obi. Why did Peter Obi not win election? And you will not see it. The same bishop was called by Peter Obi. We heard their conversation. I'm not saying Peter Obi is bad, though. I am just saying prayer cannot win election for you. Anybody that tells you that it is by prayer that they won the election is riding on your gullibility. The guy is there on Facebook. Somebody sent it to me this morning. And I'm like, I can't work with you people on Facebook because you are not on my level. I'm Mensa. Ask anybody what Mensa is. I am in the 1 percentile when it comes to intelligence quotient. I can't be dealing with people that can sit down and compare the failures of medicine. If medicine was a failure, we'll have more. Abroad right now, we'll be recruiting pastors, not doctors. Right now in Lut, they closed down like 5 or 6 wards because they did not have doctors. All the doctors don't jackpot. Who is hiring these doctors? They say in Saudi now that they pay doctor $15,000 a month. Why are Saudi people not paying pastors to come and pray for them and heal them? The greatest Yahoo is religion because it is excuses galore. Always excuses. We didn't heal him because we're learning work. If a doctor fails to heal you, you don't go sue him. You don't go sue him. So I'm here to have this conversation to enlighten you. I'm here to wake you up. The guy was there blasting me away, and guess what? People were hailing him. You see, I read like 3 or 4 comments. I'm like, there are some messages I can't bring to Facebook. I can't. Let me tell you, one mistake a doctor makes. Otimura.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm done. One mistake a doctor makes, he will lose his license. A pastor told you in 2016 that the dollar was going to rise. The naira was going to rise against the dollar. 7 years later, the dollar has done nothing but fail. He is still a GO. That's religion. Consistent, constant, recurring failures with excuses. Is always excuse. We could not do it because he did not come to church. You say, okay, why don't you go to the hospital and heal? And they have to be believers. God forbid that you have to be a believer before the medicine works. People that don't believe in medicine, if they carry them, bundle them, go hospital, they give them injection, it go work. So at every stage, it is from one level of failure to the other. And all these failures are defended by the people who enable these people to go scot-free. How can I come and tell you, oh, I tried to heal people and it didn't work? And then tomorrow I'll come and tell you about Jesus. Jesus healed. One of my little nephews loved his grandmother so much. Prayed for his grandmother. And his grandmother died. He said he's not a Christian again. Little cuz is about 11. I sat down with him. I said, what's going on? He said, because he prayed to God and God didn't answer his prayers. You see, that's the problem when you market God as what God cannot do does not exist. That's the stupidity of that claim. Because when you look around you, there are many things you're asking God for that will not happen. So you now have to create an excuse that is God can do it, but God chose not to do it. That's the excuses people use to back the greatest Yahoo. God can do it, but he chose not to do it. How is that useful for anything? What do I sell as God? I sell the fact that God lives in you. I sell the fact that God is love. I sell the fact that God is knowledge. You cannot be dumb and be saying you are worshiping God. God is knowledge. That is what I sell. I don't sell miracles. We have a 45-minute prayer session once a week. It ends. I will never wake up in the morning, no matter how lucrative it is, and start praying for you or start praying for you in the middle of the night to gather people who are dumb and think they're going to get their answers like that. And at the end of the day, you end up putting all your accounts and all your sort codes and everything to make money off them. That's not God. Because the success rate of that God is 1%. And if you truly want to sell God as all-knowing, all-powerful, you cannot use the Nigerian miracle system or the Nigerian church system to sell God, because that has shown nothing but failure and excuses. When I come live and I tell you, I'm going to teach you something, I'm going to teach it to you. I'm not going to fail. My failure for the assignment I chose for myself, or the assignment I was chosen for, my failure rate is 0%. There's no doctrine I've brought out that I've not been able to back up and I've not been able to teach. They say they can make you rich. Meanwhile, you're poor. They say they can heal you. Meanwhile, you're roaming around with that same disease and it's not gone anywhere. They say they can raise people we don't buy. The mortuaries are full. I rest my case. I love you all. I'll see you in a few hours. Take care.